welcome to a mid-afternoon battle between the visiting Hoosac and hosting Millbrook Mustangs. Now let's get set as we go live in the barbecue. I'm Charlie here with JD. Now let's focus in on some game points for today. Over to you, JD.
Yeah, so a big one for Millbrook is keeping momentum from their Strykowski and JCL line, defensive line. Played great offensively and defensively. Did a great job keeping inside the offensive blue line and did a great job on breakouts. Another big factor of last week's game was how Coach Shapey used the entire bench as the players got tired, and she didn't hesitate to use everyone. A couple other interesting points are that Hoosac is missing two of their four seniors, number 12 Maya Luna and number 14 Caitlin Welsh. We don't know why, but they are unable to dress this weekend. And Millbrook is still without their starting goaltender, Karina Mancini.
Some other scratches for Millbrook today are Bella Shea, Tess Hobbs, and Ashlyn Porter. Those are the scratches for today. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup. Morgan Ainley will start in net for Millbrook. Kaylee Murphy will center. Natalie Bevere and Jeannie Wallner and Seal and Lexi Strykowski will start on the blue line.
Two more important points for the Millbrook team is their freshman impact of Kaylee Murphy, Natalie Bevere, and Jess Trocchio. Trocchio is the only one out of these four not starting, as Morgan Ainley got the start in net, but the other three are all starting, and it really shows their importance in this team. Another starter who was important to the win last week was Jeannie Wallner, who had a hat trick, and also Nikki Bessinger, who didn't quite get rewarded for her effort, but was one of the biggest hustlers out there on the ice, and we expect to see some good offensive action from her tonight.
We'll be right back with you in a few moments. Get set for puck drop. As we learned, a late scratch for Hoosac. Crapaldi will not be dressing. She is out for today's game as well for Hoosac. Starting lineup for Hoosac today will be Lacey Bigelow in net. That is a change from what we thought would be Ashley Carr. As Hoosac wins the draw, but Natalie Bevere off some early pressure will regain that puck. Her bid for a shot is blocked by Pond, who's there in the corner to shovel that across. Strykowski on it will get it back low. And Millbrook grinding down low below the goal line. They move it up Murphy along the dasher, and Wallner comes away with it. Back below the goal line we go. Wallner finds Strykowski up at the top of the blue line, and she'll shovel it back to the corner. Bevere looking for Murphy in front, but she was taken to the ice, as Hoosac will come away with it. Grady up all along the wall, and she'll get it deep for Hoosac. Jay Seal on the recovery, deals for Strykowski as Millbrook will start the breakout. And they find Schmidt at center, who finds Murphy in the offensive zone. Puck tumbles to the corner after pressure by Snitko, and she goes to the ice. Schmidt also taken down for Millbrook, and Murphy regains control. Looking for Bessinger in the slot, can't find it, and Hoosac will clear in what will be no icing.
Yeah, already some good early pressure by Millbrook. They've kept the puck deep a few times on attempted clears. They had a good, nice stretch pass and breakout, and it's going to be really important for them to keep that offensive pressure up early on in the game due to Hoosac's shortened bench.
1:19 played already in this first frame. 0-0 is your score. And Hoosac gets control, but they lose the puck immediately. Boschenstein battling down low with Pond. Pond gets it deep for Hoosac. Leary on the interchange with Gilly, but Abby Ainley comes away with it. Abby Ainley up with numbers for Millbrook. Shot taken, sticked away by Bigelow, up and out of play.
Another good defensive play by Millbrook. They took a puck from Hoosac off that defensive zone face-off. They break out with a good attempted shot. Unfortunately, it was stopped, but it's some good pressure.
Jay Seal at the point, she'll deal with Strykowski, who tries to get a shot away. That is blocked by O'Leary. Abby Ainley goes to the ice down low. She was O'Leary. They jab for it along the dasher as it's stuck underneath Ainley. And Hoosac will attempt to clear, and they will. It gets past Strykowski. Jay Seal at center. Jay Seal will gain the blue line and goes to the corner. That puck dribbles around the dasher. Tommy Nash there leaves it for Strykowski. Nash with a shot, covered by Bigelow.
Really nice play by Strykowski to get that puck to the net. Resulted in a good rebound attempt by Nash. And as I said at the beginning of the game, that Strykowski Jay Seal line is going to be vital to this game.
13:41 left in the first period, 0-0. Caroline McCarthy loses the Grady. Grady gets it back as far as Leary at center, who dumps it off the wall. Zangri on the interchange. Gets to the circle, stops there. Millbrook now with it. Leary, but she loses that puck to Hannah Johnson. Now behind the net. Wides long, deals there for Snitko, who misses back down for icing.
Sorry, I didn't see that play because I was helping with some technical difficulties, but another good clear after what sounded like a great offensive chance by Hoosac.
And Kaylee Murphy on the draw, shovels it towards the net, but that goes wide. Jay Seal clogging things up the blue line, that trickles past her, so Strykowski will backtrack. Strykowski turns away from Robluski, and that pass looking for Murphy at center. Murphy on the breakout. She's got Tommy Nash and Margaret Boschenstein with her. Murphy elects to shoot, that's blockered down by Bigelow. Murphy at the hash, looking for Tommy Nash in the center of the slot. And Zangri from the point. Her bid goes wide on a tip by Snitko. Snitko there, dogged by Murphy, and Leary keeps that one in. Robluski off the wall and out.
Millbrook's going to need to start making more of their offensive zone time as they have had more time in the O zone than Hoosac, but still shots are very close, sitting at 3-2 in favor of Millbrook, so they really got to capitalize on that.
Excuse me, about 11 and change left to play. We remain scoreless through the first period. As the puck is tied up along the wall, Abby Brown in with it, gets it deep below the goal line. And it's Hoosac behind their own net trying to clear. It starts with O'Leary, but that's mishandled by Gillies, so it gets back to O'Leary. O'Leary stopping and starting, dogged by Abby Ainley. And O'Leary plays it off the wall trying to find Grady. Wallner on the force check, she'll pick up the loose puck. Stopped there, but Abby Ainley's there to help out with the cycle play. Puck stuck in the corner once again. And Hoosac will come away with it. The breakout looking to start. It starts with Hannah Johnson. Hannah Johnson will elect to keep it herself and go through center. Gains the blue line. Leaves it to the wall there for Duchscherer. And Strykowski picks up a loose puck that trickles all the way to Gillies and passed for Jeannie Wallner. Jeannie Wallner trying to clear, but it comes to Jordan Kahn, who gets it back deep. Strykowski in with it now. She had that pickpocketed at her by Robluski, and Abby Brown angled off by Duchscherer. Jeannie Wallner along the wall gets some help from Leary as they get it back to center, and Millbrook will get a change in.
Yeah, that change is important as 3 of the 5 Millbrook players have been out for a while, and they really got to keep these shifts short if they want to capitalize on their big bench.
9:27 left in this first period of play. 0-0 still is a score as Nikki Bessinger gets that pass from Brisha Schmidt at center and gains the blue line herself. She'll like to shoot. Blocker save made by Bigelow. And Strykowski now with it at the blue. That trickles out of the zone, and JC will get it deep. Millbrook will have to tag up on delayed offsides. Pond sends it down. She'll look for her own dump, but Strykowski's there first, playing for Bessinger. Bessinger finds Schmidt on the cross ice, but she's dogged by Snitko. Jazeel there to help out, gains the offensive zone, and she dekes around a couple of guys. And Boschenstein with a chunker of a shot straight to the stomach of Bigelow.
Good offensive step by Shay J. Seal. We've seen that a few times in these last couple of games, but that's going to be important. Getting those defensemen to step up and join that offensive rush.
8:46 left in the first period. Still remains scoreless at 0. As Abby Ainley wins the draw, Zangri now with it at her own blue line. And Tommy Nash below the goal line. Tommy Nash looking for someone. Her pass bid was broken up by Snitko. And Duchscherer leaves it back for Snitko, and that loose change is cleaned up by Tommy Nash. Tommy Nash through center. Gains the red line and dumps it deep. Millbrook can get a change in. Zangri grinding down below the goal line. Dogged by O'Leary, but she still keeps that puck. Wallner now gets away from Johnson. Deals for Zangri at the point. Zangri takes a shot through traffic that's deflected wide. Looking for the cycle play, but O'Leary is there to pick up the pass from Abby Ainley, and O'Leary gains the red line, but she's got 3 Millbrook players on her, and Wallner comes away with it. Wallner's got Bavir with her, looking for a cross-ice pass, but that's broken up nicely by Snitko, and Murphy does not keep that in.
Yeah, that was a good rush by Wallner. She elected to pass after beating one defender, but I would have liked to seen it shot as all 3 of her goals last Sunday, came from those 2-on-1s and breakaways, which she tends to do really well on. So
7.5 left to play in the first period as we're about halfway through the first frame. Still scoreless. Murphy on the draw now. Murphy loses the draw, but Bavir is there on the forecheck to pick up the puck. Bavir lays it low, Murphy down there, but O'Leary beats her to that puck, and she'll play it back for Robluski. And Robluski gets it all the way down to Ainley, and so Millbrook will regroup. Jay Seal with it now. Shay J. Seal trying to get away from Pais, and Wallner there to help out. Wallner along the wall is angled off by Grady, and Murphy gains the offensive zone. Let's take a shot that's blocked by Pond. Murphy loses a mitt, but it's Jay Seal at the point. She'll take a shot that's blocked down by Bigelow. Strykowski with it. Strykowski finds Murphy in the slot. Her shot is blocked or saved, made by Bigelow as well, as the puck gets past Strykowski.
I'd like to see some more passing through the neutral zone from Millbrook. Seems like a lot of solo play coming through blue line to blue line, which can be a problem on those offensive rushes.
Abby Ainley now with it below the goal line. She's got Schmidt for help. She'll leave it to Schmidt in the corner. Schmidt has to get around Kahn, but Hannah Johnson breaks up her pass to the slot. Leary keeps that in at the point, finding Schmidt along the wall again. And Schmidt tries to get by Johnson, but Johnson comes away with it. Leary does a great poke check job of keeping that play alive. Schmidt off the side of the post and to the corner. A little less than 6 minutes left in this first frame, 0-0 still. Zangri regrouping, dogged by Gillies. Zangri turns, finds Ainley at center. Ainley dumps it deep, and they'll get a change in. Murphy battling along the wall. Puck comes to Tommy Nash, who her bid for a shot was broken up by Hoosac. And Pond now with it will clear it down. That was tipped, so icing will be washed out.
Yeah, Hoosac's starting to panic, and they're just trying to keep this puck out of their zone. They're not really making clean breakouts, and they're just kind of hitting the puck down.
Like to see a little bit more tape-to-tape passing from Millbrook, maybe get some offense going. Kelly Murphy at the blue line plays off the wall for Tommy Nash. Strykowski to clean up and keep the play going. Boschenstein in on O'Leary. And the puck comes around the dasher. Strykowski gets it below the goal line again. But Snitko's there to clean it up and tries to get out of the zone as far as Jay Seal at the blue line. So Murphy with it now. Murphy below the goal line. And O'Leary is there to clear out, but Jeannie Woolner keeps the play alive. Murphy along the wall at the top of the circle. She'll elect to shoot. Pad saved by Bigelow. 4:20 left in the first period. 0-0 still. And the puck trickles past the blue line, so Hoosac's got to get a change in, I would say. And Ainley through center into the blue line below the circle. Plays it up to Jay Seal at the point. It goes cross point to point for Zangri. A little too hot to handle for her. Zangri throws a shot on net. Save made by Bigelow. And Ainley to the point for Zangri. That's tipped wide by Walner. And Jay Seal to the corner. Jay Seal doing a good job of activating herself from the blue line, but she's got to get back now. Zangri, and the puck comes back to center. Zangri with it, gets it deep, and Hoosac will regroup.
Yeah, Hoosac's going to really need to shorten up their shifts. I mean, again, I've said it a few times, but they've only got 2 lines. They really got to keep these shifts about 30 seconds long to give everyone some well-needed rest.
And we get a signal for a hand pass. We'll get a stoppage in play. 3:12 left in the first period. It's been a quick period. 0-0 still the score. Seems like it's a lot of offensive zone pressure for Millbrook so far, not so much for Hoosac.
Yeah, right now they've got 9 shots, which is much better than they were doing last game at this time. So I really think that soon there's going to be some good offensive happenings.
And the puck scrambles in front of the net. Strykowski loads up at the blue line. That's blocked. Bessinger will come away with the loose puck. Looking cross ice for Leary, but that pass misses, so they'll regroup at center. Strykowski now gets all the way back into her own zone, trying to find Brisha Schmidt on the breakout. Puck gets jammed up on the dasher. Murphy with the forecheck, but Hannah Johnson gets that one clear for Hoosac. Strykowski through center herself. She'll find some open room. Holds up there. Curling starts up the cycle play, but O'Leary is there to break that up and sends it around the other way. Hallie Leary on it for Millbrook. Gets that one deep. 2:18 left to play in the first period. 0-0 still is the score. Murphy on a shot. Another good save made by Bigelow. Jay Seal activating from the blue line. And Boschenstein's there for some help. Looking for Jay Seal in the slot. Pass goes awry. And so Leary just gets that one deep again as Millbrook gets a change in.
Yeah, right now it looks like Bigelow's the only Hoosac player to not be panicking. She's really keeping the game controlled and playing well when she needs to play well.
Boschenstein with it now. Boschenstein will find JCO on the beginning of the breakout. JCO gets the red line and she'll keep going, but she's stabbed away by Duchscherer. The puck comes to Zangri at center, and offsides is called. About a minute and a half left in this quick first period, 0-0 still, but high pressure by Millbrook.
Yeah, we've seen Shay JCO lose her stick twice in 2 shifts. That's not going to be good if she's important and keeping that blue line protected and keeping that puck in the zone. If she can't hold on to her stick, then she can't really do what she needs to do.
Can't play hockey without a hockey stick. As Jeannie Wallner finds that in the corner, she'll stop and twirl away from Thais. And it's Duchscherer on the dump around for Robluski. Dogged there by Natalie Bavir, doing a good job battling in the corner. Robluski comes away with it, but Bavir gets that one back below the goal line. It's Wallner on it now. Puck is tied up. Less than a minute now to play in the first period. 0-0. Millbrook was looking for a penalty call in front as the puck stays tied up behind the goal. Comes loose, it seems. Pond, and gets tied up again. Jordan Pond holding that puck down there, looking to waste some time maybe. Murphy comes away with it. Murphy drives it off the circle. Comes to JCO at the blue line. Back deep they go. Less than 20 now left to play. Millbrook needs to get some shots on net if they want to score before the end of this period. Puck tied up again at the opposite corner. And it's Snitko with it now. Snitko up the dasher. JCO there. 7 seconds left. And Duchscherer will come away with it. Duchscherer, before the red line, will put a shot on Ainley. And that will end the period. So a really fast first period. We only got a couple of whistles. Tons of pressure by Millbrook. 0-0 is your score.
Yeah, that wasn't the offensive show we were really expecting to see, I don't think. I would have liked to see at least one goal by Millbrook, as they did have 10 shots and they should really be capitalizing on a tired Hoosac defense. But overall, great job. I think if they just keep this up, they're going to get Hoosac tired and they're going to have some good offensive chances in the periods to come.
And we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes for some second period action.
pajamas and a sweatshirt. Oops. That's on.
As we're just minutes away from second period puck drop, welcome back to the broadcast. JD, what are some talking points for the second period upcoming?
One big one is Millbrook's looking pretty stagnant in the offensive zone. They're moving the puck some, but they're not really moving themselves. They've got to move around the zone to tire out Hoosac even more. But on the regards of Hoosac, Bigelow has been playing very well.
Yeah, she's been locked down for them.
Positionally sound. She's made every save so far. I mean, really a key factor when we play into our next topic, which is fatigue. You can already see the fatigue setting into Hoosac. They had 3 shots in the offensive zone last period, which really is not going to cut it when you're looking for some offensive production. So hopefully this intermission was a good rest for them, and they've got to work on shortening shifts and playing more in the offensive zone as opposed to the defensive zone.
I want to go back to Bigelow for a second. I think she's the only reason that Hoosac is still in this game. I mean, she was making save after save, really bailing Hoosac's defense out a lot.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Huh?
Get set for second period action, Hoosac will win the draw and get into the offensive zone. Strykowski there to play some good D and tie it up along the wall. And Strykowski will come away with it, playing for Bessinger. Bessinger on for Ainley, who's stopped there by Snitko as that goes to the corner. Hannah Johnson off the wall, looking for Gillies, but Bessinger comes away with it on a nice shot. Follow-up chance by Ainley as the puck, no goal. Schmidt off the post for the mad scramble in front. Strykowski now at the slot for JC along the wall. Another good save by Bigelow on a follow-up chance. Bessinger throws that to the net once again. And tons of pressure coming from Millbrook. Schmidt with it now. Schmidt coming out of the corner. Lays it low, but Pond will come away with it. Pond fans on the clear attempt, and Schmidt will keep it in. Johnson with it now up the wall. Comes to Jay Seal, who collects that. She'll shoot. Save made by Bigelow. And Bessinger looking for Schmidt in the slot. Can't find her, and the puck comes out of the offensive zone.
That was some great offensive pressure by Millbrook. They got a total of 6 shots on that one play, one of which was sitting on the goal line, inches from being a goal. It's really important for them to get these early shots on and just kind of get into Hoosac's head and make them worry about this offensive pressure.
14:30 left in the second period, 0-0 still. As Zangri battles along the wall, puck is poke checked away, and it's Ducher on the rush. Ducher's got Pais trailing, and she tries to find her in the slot, but that's blocked by Leary. And Murphy intercepts that pass as they come away with it. She's got Wallner, 2-on-1 developing. Murphy and Wallner. Murphy elects to shoot. Pad save made by Bigelow. Maybe not the greatest of options on that 2-on-1.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Kaylee Murphy start to pass it more, especially through that neutral zone. Jeannie was far ahead of her with speed. She could have passed it, made it a 1-on-1, and come in to help Jeannie later on. I'd like to see more teamwork.
Save made by Morgan Ainley, and Zanger will clear it away looking for Boschenstein at center. And icing is called. So something else important to note is second period action, it's the long change. And if we see what we saw in the first period, Millbrook hemmed Hoosac into the zone, so it's going to be important for them to keep that in mind, yeah?
Yeah, a long change in the defensive zone is never a good thing. Maybe a winger could squeak out on a short change, but now there's no real option for anyone to change in the defensive zone.
And Johnson throws one through the crease, but that goes wide to the corner. Johnson now below the goal line, throws it on Ainley. She makes an easy glove save. And Zangri's hooked up by Johnson and tumbles to the ice. Murphy now with it off the wall for Bevere. Bevere trying to start the breakout, but she's jammed up by Pond. Cross ice it goes. Boschenstein there to pick it up. Boschenstein playing off the wall for Murphy, and it squirts out of the defensive zone. Zangri trying to pick it up on the rush, but Johnson does a good job getting back. Millbrook will change. And it's Robluski through center. She's got a lot of space looking for Gillies, but that goes awry. Icing is called.
2 icings already. One for Millbrook, one for Hoosac. That is not a good sign, as teams cannot change on the icing, and now you're then stuck in your defensive zone. You have to win the draw, have to break out. So icings in this period are really going to be crucial.
12:43 left in the first frame, still scoreless. As Robluski will pick it up along the wall, she'll try to get it out and deep, and she will. And so that'll allow Hoosac that important change that we were just talking about.
Yeah, much better breakout and much better way to get the puck down deep by Hoosac. Elected to take it down past the red line, dump it in and change. I really want to see more of that if Hoosac has any prayers of keeping their shift short.
And maybe a little bit more pressure from Hoosac in this period, which is a good thing for them. As Millbrook did just ice the puck, 12:22, we remind you, 0-0 still. Ducher wins that draw, but it passes by Snitko, so it'll be Brisha Schmidt on the rush. Gains the offensive zone, holds up there looking for Bessinger in front. Good defensive play by Hoosac as they clear that out to center. Strykowski twirling through center, finds Bessinger off the wall, looking for Ainley, but offsides at the line. So much slower start of the second period than we saw in the first.
Yeah, it is a much slower start, although actually that first shift with a total of 6 shots from Millbrook wasn't that slow. I mean, Yeah, slower overall, though, I guess you could say.
A lot more whistles. Good thing for Hoosac. That'll give him some more time to breathe. And Leary will try and deal for Bevere, but that gets stopped up, so she'll turn around and try again. Bevere from the wall, picked up by Robluski, and Robluski will gain the blue line. Robluski down below the top of the circle, trying to find someone on the slot, and she won't, so Millbrook will try and get it clear. But O'Leary does a good job keeping it in, but now it's Millbrook on the rush. Once again, it's Murphy with Wallner. Murphy trying to get to the front of the net. Zangri there to help out. Wallner in the corner now. Wallner battling with Dukesher. And Wallner, still battling with Dukesher, comes away to Pais, who's dogged by Leary. And Bevere on the forecheck into the corner. O'Leary down below her own goal to play that. Zangri pinches in from the point, but Roblusi comes away with it. Off the wall and deep it goes, no icing. And Tommy Nash there to collect the loose puck.
Robluski is doing a great job of getting these pucks cleared for Hoosac. She's made both of their better clears this period, so
and
she's
Murphy now with a shot swallowed up by Bigelow. Once again, I mean, Murphy not the greatest passing lane there, but she's got to pick her head up and pass the puck.
Yeah, I think 2 times on that shift she elected to just take it herself. Another one, Jeannie far ahead of her, could have passed it for another odd man rush. I'd really like to see her try and pass it more and get better offensive rushes.
Jay Seal with a long drive that's blocked. Johnson now along the wall for Hoosac. It'll be Grady throwing it up and out. And it could be an on-man opportunity for Gillies. That's spoiled by Strykowski. Gillies now in the corner. Goes cross-ice and goes by Kahn, and they'll have to regroup at center.
I've seen Grady make that pass a few times. From the tops of the circle in her defensive zone, all the way across off the boards, looking for that winger breaking out. So that might be one thing for the Millbrooks left defender to look out for.
As Millbrook gets some more offensive zone pressure, it starts with Ainley and moves to Boschenstein as Bigelow will cover. 9:57 left in the second period. Still remains scoreless. So the draw will come to the right of Bigelow. Murphy on the draw with Dukesher. Murphy wins the draw, and Schmidt will try a shot. It's jammed up in front, and they score! Bessinger cleaning up the loose change, take out the trash, and that's a great reward for her from last game.
Yeah, we said it at the beginning of the game. Look for her in the offensive zone. We think she's going to produce tonight. Look what she's done. She's already scored. Just overall great offense by Millbrook. Good draw, good shot, good rebound. I think that play was as good as it gets.
And, you know, just the coach was talking about it all the time. Drive hard to the net, good things happen. That's exactly what happened on that play. So 9:51 left in the second period. We get our first score, 1-0 Millbrook. From a goal by Nikki Bessinger. And Brisha Schmidt looking for Bessinger once again. Deflects, so no icing. And it's O'Leary behind the net. Murphy there to pick up the loose puck in the corner, and it's tied up along the dasher. O'Leary gets it clear, and Callie Leary will pick it up for Millbrook. Trying to deal for Zangri, that's spoiled. And Dukesher pinching down from the point. Sharp angle shot. Save made by Ainley as it trickled across the crease and cleared up by Zangri. It's Murphy on the break. Murphy goes to the corner below the goal line. Holds it herself, but she's spoiled by Dukesher. Murphy's still battling for it now. Schmidt comes in for some help as Strykowski's there as well. Trying to move it is Hoosac, and they will get it out of the zone. But no change as they will get a change in. Seems that Dukesher is shaken up on that play. And Murphy with it in the offensive zone. Shot goes wide. And Strykowski will have to go back to center. It's Johnson on the rush. Johnson sidesteps Strykowski, and it's cleaned up by Bevere, who sends it along the dasher to Bessinger. That's tipped, and we'll come back to O'Leary.
Bevere's done a great job on the back check, really using all her speed to get back there. Broke up that Puck trickling towards Morgan Ainley. She's been doing it all throughout the first. She's been doing it this period. I just love to see the hustle.
Strykowski with a shot from the high slot. That's blocked down. And it's Snitko on the change, using her speed in the neutral zone. We'll try and get into the offensive zone. She does. Strykowski off the board for Wallner, who gets tied up by Grady. And it's O'Leary looking for Gillies at center, but it goes by her, so Jay Seal will chase that one down behind her own net. 7:46 left in the second period. 1-0 Millbrook on a recent tally by Nikki Bessinger. Abby Ainley in the offensive zone looking for a break, but Hannah Johnson does a great job getting back to clear that puck away. And it's Grady in the corner. Tommy Nash with a good forecheck, keeping her in the zone, knocking her to the ice. And that's sent around by Johnson. Jay Seal at the blue line is angled off, and the puck comes out of the offensive zone. Jay Seal trying to get back. She's muscled down by Snitko. Penalty upcoming, I believe, or icing possibly. Jay Seal was taken down, tumbles to the ice. No penalty is called, as Millbrook is not happy about the no call there.
Yeah, big collision at the blue line. Jay Seal ending up, seems to be in a little bit of pain. Hopefully she's all right. But really did not look that good. Definitely should have been a call. We hope to see more calls soon, as seems to be becoming a pretty physical game.
Yeah, refs need to take control of this game. 7:08 left in the second period. 1-0 Millbrook. And it's Johnson on the draw, looking for Robluski in center, but Murphy comes away with it on the rush. Murphy on the rush goes below the circles, finding Schmidt in the slot, and it's shoveled on by Bessinger once again. Bessinger battling with Ducher, and it comes all the way by her, so it'll be back to Zangri in her own zone. Zangri swirls away from her, and so Zangri finds Murphy at center, but that's broken up, and the puck clink goes around in center. Puck now along the wall right in front of the Millbrook bench. Comes to Murphy now. She makes a nice move around Snitko. And Zangri does the same. Zangri trying to get a shot on. Bessinger in front. That's gobbled up by Bigelow. 6:22 left in the second period. 1-0.
I saw a great pass from Murphy to Schmidt. Unfortunately, shot got blocked, but those passes are going to be huge. I mean, odd man rushes, it's hard for a goalie to go across crease and make a save every time. So if they can keep that up, it's gonna be important.
So Snitko relays it along the dasher, but Strykowski in from the point. And it seems that Jay Seal is missing her usual shift, which could be worrisome. And the puck squirts by, and it's Ducher maybe on the breakaway. Strykowski does a great job getting back. She'll get there first, lays it up for Bevere, and squirts by her to Pond. Jeannie Wallner back to the corner. She'll regroup for Millbrook. Less than 6 now to play in the second period, 1-0. As Bevere, using her speed to get that one deep, played off the wall by Pond. But Millbrook with some more offensive zone pressure, blocked by Pond. And it comes all the way to the defensive zone again. Wallner off the wall. For Strykowski off the bank play, back to Wallner. And Wallner playing up for Nash. Nash on for Bessinger. Bessinger in the offensive zone, battling through Snitko, gets a shot on, covered by Bigelow.
Great shot. Hoosac defense really getting tired. I think it's going to be now important for Millbrook to keep up the shots, and now get Bigelow tired. So if the whole team's tired, then it's not really much Hoosac can do to defend Millbrook's offense.
And it seems that Wallner has also moved back to a blue line position, possibly while Jay Seal is out. As Hoosac will come away with some possession, gets it as far as Leary at center. Callie Leary tumbles to the ice, and Johnson will try and come away with it. Zangri with a good poke check to break up the play. Snitko back deep. Snitko looks like she's banged up in the hand a little bit. Murphy on the breakout. Murphy logged up at center, and Bessinger will get that deep.
Yeah, another situation down in the right corner behind Morgan Anley on what looked to be a hit by Hoosac. That they tend to be doing a lot of that right now, and that's going to be.
And Bessinger on a sharp angle shot goes high and wide. Penalty upcoming against Hoosac. So Ainley gets to the bench, and we'll see some 6-on-5 until they touch up. 4:16 left to play in the second period, 1-0. Zangri with control. Zangri over to Leary, trying to make some breakout happen. They find Schmidt along the wall. Schmidt there for Leary. Leary for Schmidt again, and Hoosac will touch up at center. So it'll be tripping on the call, and it'll be Robluski going to the box. Minute and a half minor for tripping.
Yeah, if you're Hoosac, you do not want to be taking that penalty. That is gonna cost your team, as you're already short-shifted. You can't run a special teams with only 10 players. Actually 9 now that one's in the box. So everyone's just gonna have to be on that PK, and if Millbrook's just able to keep it in the offensive zone, then Hoosac is not gonna have great luck on this.
3:58 left in the first period. Minute and a half of power play time for Millbrook. 1-0 looking to add to their lead. And it's Strykowski, sharp angle shot save made by Bigelow. And Schmidt in the corner. Schmidt dealing for Strykowski. Zangri, Wallner, Zangri. Tipped down by Schmidt, but that goes wide. Grady and Ducher there to clean that up for Hoosac. Comes as far as Zangri at the point. Her shot save made by Bigelow. .321 left in the second period. 1-0 Millbrook on a goal by the captain, Nikki Bessinger. 54 seconds left on the penalty to Bigelow, or excuse me, Robluski for tripping.
Some good offensive pressure by Millbrook as they got another 4 shots on this power play. They've already got more shots this game than they did last game, so I think they've been playing great offensively, and they're hard to be stopped right now.
And Hoosac does get that clear. They'll get a short change. At least one, maybe a couple more. And Strykowski starting up the breakout. She's looking for one more rush on this power play. She's angled off by Ducher, but she does get into the offensive zone. Played out by O'Leary and cleared down. 2:46, 1-0 Millbrook. Wallner with it now. Wallner flying up the wing. She's got some wheels. She'll use them. Shot on by Wallner. Save made by Bigelow. And so some good pressure by Wallner, and the draw will come in the offensive zone again.
Yeah, it really seems that Bigelow's the only player on Hoosac able to stop the Millbrook offense. I mean, she's made 25 saves. So, she is really the only problem for Millbrook right now.
As the penalty will expire to Robluski, we'll see some more 5-on-5 action. It's Gillies along the wall. She loses the puck to Murphy. Murphy tries to stick handle too much and loses to Johnson. Johnson for Pond. Robluski along the wall, trying to get it deep and clear. She can't. Nash, sharp angle, stick save by Bigelow. They lay it back for Jay Seal. Good to see her back on the ice. Murphy in the corner battled with Snitko. Robluski out of the zone and down.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce. That's not going to be an ice thing, as it did bounce off of Tommy Nash's skate, but a good, bad bounce for Millbrook, but good bounce for Hoosac as they were able to clear it and kind of gain their breath back.
And they'll try and go the other way, but Murphy's got some wheels. She'll get that puck before Robluski does, and she makes a nice move around Johnson, but it's broken up by a stick. They do get it deep, and Millbrook will change. Puck tied up along the dasher comes free to Snitko in the corner. Wallner's there to break up her. and throws it to the front, and some pressure on the front, and it goes in. They score! It's either Ainley or Bevere, we're not sure, but it squirts by Bigelow. 2-0 Millbrook with 1:08 left in the second period.
Seems like the only way Millbrook's going to beat Bigelow, they've done it twice, is just as the puck trickles through her and sits on the goal line just ready for that Millbrook offense to bury it. Other than that, Bigelow's been playing great, but it's hard for anyone to match this Millbrook offense.
Seems that Abby Ainley with the goal. 1:08 left in this second period, now 2-0. We remind you that Nikki Bessinger had the first tally earlier in this period. Excuse me, the goal was by Bevere, not Ainley. As Bevere will circle behind the net to the top of the circle, she'll play it for Strykowski. Strykowski finding Ainley in the center of the slot and comes to Jay Seal. Dukeshire plays that around, and Jay Seal pinches in from the point, playing that puck. Wallner up at the top, throws it back deep again. Gets by Grady, so Abby Ainley there to pick that puck up. Abby Ainley flying around the top of the circle, trying to leave it at the point, but it comes past the blue line, so they'll have to tag up on delayed offsides. Millbrook will get a change in here. Dukeshire playing out for Pais. That's broken up by the captain, Bessinger. Bessinger, sharp angle, save made by Bigelow. Just 14.5 seconds left in the second period, 2-0 Millbrook. On a recent tally by Natalie Bevere.
Hoosac's really got to win this face-off and clear that puck, because these players are tired at the end of the period, and Millbrook could easily capitalize in 14 seconds.
And it's Murphy winning the draw, but that gets by Zangri, so Pond looking to clean it up, but Leary will beat her to the loose puck. Leary trying to get the red line and clear it in. Zangri just gains the blue line. She'll try and pick up her own pass. She's there in on the zone looking for Murphy at the front of the net as the period expires. 2-0 Millbrook. We'll join you back in a couple of minutes for third period action. As we welcome you back just a few minutes before third period puck drop, JD's got some talking points for the third period. JD, what do you got?
The big one right now is Bigelow. She has been playing very good. Both Millbrook goals have come from unlucky bounces that just happened to squeak through her. Other than that, she's made 26 saves, which is very good, and just had a great performance. Another one is just Millbrook's got to keep the game simple. There's few people getting involved, too much personal skill. As we've seen from both goals, it's all about just crashing the net and getting shots instead of trying to be fancy and get around everyone. So we'd really like to see more passing from a few people, especially in the neutral zone. And then the last one, we touched on it before. It's just the fatigue of Hoosac. I mean, they did a much better job handling it this last period, even though they had the long change. So let's see what they're able to do on a short change and see if they can still manage it as their fatigue as well as they did last period.
Someone else I think we should mention is Nikki Bessinger. She picks up her she picks up the first goal of the game, but she's been working hard all game. A little bit of a garbage goal, some might say, but hey, a goal is a goal.
Yeah, she's the captain for a reason. She's always putting in hard work, always out hustling almost everyone out here. The only one tonight I'd really say who's challenging her work ethic right now and just that drive is Natalie Bevere. She's also been great, back checking harder than I think anyone else on the ice, just doing what she needs to do to help this team get the win.
Possibly a future captain. Natalie Bevere, just a freshman now. Who knows what's in her future, as we'll be excited to watch her in years to come. As we get set for third period action, 2-0 Millbrook on goals by Nikki Bessinger and Natalie Bevere in that second period. Kaylee Murphy on the draw, she'll lose that, so Stitko will take over for Hoosac, trying to get that one deep. Jay Seal on the back check for Strykowski. Strykowski dealing back to Jay Seal. Her pass is blocked by Grady, as that goes behind Morgan Ainley. Morgan Ainley not seeing many shots yet today. We'll see if Hoosac is able to pressure more in this third period.
Similar to the start of last period, Hoosac wins the draw, gets it into the offensive zone. Millbrook quickly breaking now and getting their offensive opportunities going.
Strykowski pulling it off the wall as the puck caroms around. That's a bouncing biscuit as Murphy tumbled to the ice, and so did Jay Seal. And we're going to see a penalty upcoming against Hoosac, I believe. Maybe? Or maybe not. Maybe just a whistle for the freeze puck. So no penalty, maybe a missed call. 15-13 left in this third period. 2-0 Millbrook. As Hoosac wins the draw and Snitko plays it around. With Pond on it, playing it forward for Robluski, but Zangri is there as we get another stoppage in play. Abby Ainley nice in the face-off dot today. She wins the draw. Leary playing it for Schmidt, but Gillies is there to dog Schmidt. Gillies about Schmidt's twice her size, and Bessinger playing that forward for Leary. Schmidt regrouping at center, dogged by Hannah Johnson and Robluski. And back to Leary. Leary now with it, gains the offensive blue line, and goes to the corner. Cross crease, Zangri punching in from the blue line, as Ainley is working down low as well. Comes to Zangri at the point, that's blocked by Snitko, and a shot on by Millbrook, a couple more, and Bigelow will cover. 14-11 left in the third period, 2-0. And once again, we see heavy pressure from Millbrook and Bigelow just putting up the big red stop sign. Strykowski at the point. Strykowski's shot was blocked by Pais. That's a good block by her, laying down the body. Nash holds up, and Duchscher will take over for Hoosac. Duchscher streaming into the offensive zone. And goes around for Pais. Pais throwing to Duchscher in the slot. Her shot goes wide.
Yeah, very close opportunity for Hoosac. Puck went a little wide, but it was a great setup. Nice pass to a good shot right in the slot. Unfortunately for Hoosac, it went wide, but Millbrook's able to keep that clean sheet going.
And so Hoosac will take over at center, gets to Brady in the middle, but Jay Seal just shoves her off as the puck goes flying into the Millbrook bench. 2-0 Millbrook, 3:19 left in this third period of action. Goals by Nikki Bessinger and Natalie Bevere giving Millbrook the lead in the second period. And it's Zangri backtracking. Zangri behind her own net. She'll go around, stop there, shake the offensive pressure, and go the other way. Places off the wall, looking for Ainley. Leary out there, doing some nice poke checking, as Zangri will drop back once again, looking for McCarthy along the wall. Gets past McCarthy, and Woolner on the hard forecheck down low, tried to angle off Snitko, throws it into the front, that's patted away by Bigelow. And Zangri loses the puck at the blue line, so Snitko gets that at center. Snitko will find Johnson. Johnson twirling through center, but that's sticked away and back down deep.
Yeah, in the first 3.5 minutes of this third period, we've seen a lot more offensive drive from Hoosac. There's been a lot more play in the neutral zone and the Millbrook defensive zone, which is going to be key for that for the Hoosac school.
Just less than 4 minutes played in this third period. No scores in the third, 2 goals in the second for Millbrook, so it's 2-0. As Strykowski on the break. Strykowski trying to shake the D. She'll get a backhand shot on net. Save made by Bigelow. As Jordan Pond trying to take that from Strykowski. Strykowski outmuscles her. And Strykowski from the point throws a shot off of Bessinger in front. Jay Seal activates from up high. Jay Seal driving the point. She scores! Jay Seal from the point comes all the way downtown. J.J. Seal with a big goal, 3-0, Millbrook.
What a goal, great individual effort. We talked about that defensive line's offensive capabilities. Strykowski started that play with an offensive rush, getting a shot. Seal finished it with a shot and a goal. Just what a play between those two.
We've talked about the freshmen being an impact on this game. Clear, 2 goals by 2 freshmen today so far. And also, we've been talking about J.J. Seal activating from the blue line all day. She gets her hard work rewarded with a good goal. And they battle for it along the wall. Tommy Nash will come away with it. Comes as far as Snitko, plays it off the wall once again. She spoiled a possible 2-on-1, and Hoosac School will take over. Off the wall and all the way down, icing will be called. 11:10 left in this third period of play. 3-0 Millbrook on a recent goal by J.J. Seal. And this is in the point of the game where maybe you start to look at your bench and say, let's get some of these fresher legs out on the ice for Millbrook. As Shereshevsky does just that, she checks in from the bench. This will be her first shift of the game. Tommy Nash throws that towards the net, goes wide. Nash with Ainley. Ainley now below the goal line, goes to the top of the circle, across the top of the blue line, throws a shot on net, pad saved by Bigelow. Ainley back into the corner, Ainley just flying all over this offensive zone. And Nash will activate to the corner. Nash twirls around the top of the circle, her shot goes off the shoulder of Bigelow and wide.
Would have loved to seen a pass by Nash on that play coming out of the corner. Looking for a one-timer shot from Abby Ainley in the slot. Would have been a much better offensive opportunity, but still good job by Nash to get a shot off and make it a difficult shot for Bigelow to save.
And Sarkowski will play that for Murphy at center. Bevere is behind Murphy. Murphy tries to get a shot on a waiting defenseman O'Leary. And Murphy behind the Hoosac net. That comes free. Johnson away with it. Johnson lifts that up and out of play into the penalty box. Stoppage in play. 9:56 left in this third period. 3-0. Goals from J. Seal, Bevere, and Bessinger. And Dukeshire will win the draw for Hoosac, and Pond will send it around. J. Seal points in, and J. Seal around the net. She's taken down to the ice from her knee. She'll try and play that, but Grady is there for Hoosac. Grady around. Grady looking for O'Leary, who tries to put it up the wall for Pais, but Pais can't find it. Wallner activating. Wallner, shot pad save. And Grady in the corner for Hoosac. And now it's Dukeshire off the wall past Callie Leary, and we'll go all the way down. Pais on the forecheck. Good hustle by J. Seal to get back and recover that puck. J. Seal goes around the other way for Bessinger from the top of the circle.
Yeah, I'm seeing some great skating by J. Seal in both the offensive and defensive zone. Crazy footwork, just using that to deter the opponent and get around them and give herself a lot more time and space.
Zangri comes in from the point, shot saved by Bigelow. Something huge Millbrook likes to do is activate the D from the blue line and get them into the offensive rush. We see more of that from Julia Zangri. 8:43 left in this third period of action, 3-0. And O'Leary that the other way, but Murphy cuts that off, and Murphy's still battling with Dukeshire down low. Penalty upcoming against Millbrook. It'll be Murphy going to the box for 1:30. So Hoosac will get a big power play opportunity. 8:25 left in this game. 3-0 goal deficit for Hoosac. They got to get it started with a power play goal if they want to be back in this game.
Haven't seen the Millbrook penalty kill or Hoosac power play yet this game. If it's anything like the rest of this game, Millbrook's gonna be able to keep it in the offensive zone, and Hoosac won't really get any good offensive rushes off of their man advantage.
And Hoosac will set it up in the offensive zone. It's just Johnson holding in the corner. Johnson deals for Snitko, who fires wide. And Robluski and O'Leary play catch in the corner. Around for Gillies. Gillies along the dasher, finds Johnson in front of the net. Johnson throws that. That's blocked by Jay Seal. That goes all the way out. Millbrook will get a change in, maybe. And it's Robluski going the other way. Robluski gains the blue line, comes in. She'll opt for the corner boards. Holds up there looking for Gillies. And it's Johnson trying to put a shot on. Ainley with a nice save. And it's Gillies there. And a shot blocked by Tommy Nash. That's a big block. And it comes out of the offensive zone. Millbrook will clear as they get a change in.
A couple big blocks by Millbrook, stopping those shots coming from the point, not really letting Morgan Ainley see the puck, which is a great thing to have from your forwards on your PK.
Jay Seal clears that down. Kills some more time on the penalty to Kaylee Murphy. 18 seconds left in that penalty. Schmidt back to the corner from Millbrook. 7 and change left to play in the third period. 3-0 still. As Hoosac looks for one more rush on this power play. Murphy out of the box in 3 seconds. Snitko into the offensive zone. Morgan Ainley will cover up, and that will be that for the power play. Good penalty kill for Millbrook, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say that was a great penalty kill. I touched up on it earlier, but those forwards making big blocks really build that energy on the penalty kill and then allow for easy clears.
And it's Zangri behind her own net, dealing for Schmidt on the wall. Schmidt battling there with Pais. Zangri hooked up by Dukeshire, trying to hit the headman Murphy, but that goes by her. Murphy will hustle to the corner and wash out the icing. Lays that off the side of the cage. Murphy there once again, twirls away from Dukeshire, and she's got to be hooked. That's got to be a penalty. Are you kidding me? Ref, what are you doing? As they dump that one deep again. Murphy takes over. Murphy down to the ice once again, and Schmidt in the corner. Schmidt taken down again. No penalty. The refs need to take control of this game.
Yeah, two big non-calls. Very, very blatant hook on Kaylee Murphy, and then a big hit on Brisha Schmidt. You aren't allowed to hit in this hockey game, but the refs seem to think otherwise, allowing a few. It's really unfortunate for Millbrook, but refs really got to step up their game.
And I'd say maybe a hometown call, but we're not in hometown Hoosac, so I don't know what the refs are thinking here. 5:57 left in the third period, 3-0 Millbrook. As Ainley will try and take over behind her own net, but dogged by Gillies and a couple more Hoosac players. Snitko from the point, blocked by Jay Seal as she comes away with it. She took that one in the hand, but she's going to keep going. Jay Seal gets that one on Bigelow, makes a glove save. Jay Seal getting her own shot, rebound, shot wide. She's just wheeling and dealing in this offensive zone.
Yeah, she's had a great period. Very good game. I mean, she's just been outstanding today.
Millbrook through center, got a tag up on the offside. As Bevere got caught offside, they throw it deep. And the biscuit bounces by Snitko, but Gillies cleans up that up and goes all the way down to Ainley. Ainley will play that out. And there'll be Shereshevsky dogged by Johnson. She takes down Johnson. And McCarthy there as well to help out. 5 and change left in the third period. 3-0 Millbrook. If you're Hoosac, you got to get one quick if you want any chance at being in this game. Shereshevsky there, dogged by Johnson as she was taking the ice. Grady and Murphy battling for it. And Zangri picks up the loose puck. McCarthy hit, and that's got to be a penalty. Ref, come on! And, I mean, this is ridiculous. McCarthy was just absolutely cleaned up along the boards. No penalty. And play stopped up there. Zangri being dogged by 3 Hoosac players. Puck comes loose to Murphy. Murphy on for Boschenstein. Boschenstein through center, does get it into the offensive zone. 4 minutes left in the third period. 3-0 on goals by Jay Seal in this period. Bessinger and Bavira in the last period. And O'Leary trying to take over for Hoosac, deals for Pais. That's broken up by Nikki Bessinger for Millbrook. And Bessinger throws a shot towards the crease. That goes wide. And it comes all the way back to Strykowski. Strykowski on for Boschenstein. Boschenstein straight to O'Leary, and Strykowski deep. As Millbrook will get a change in. Ainley now recovering. Ainley's got Strykowski for help, but she'll take it herself. Gains the red line and dumps it in. Stopped up at the opposing blue line by Gillies, but Wallner will take that in now. Wallner one-on-one with O'Leary. Drop for Ainley. That shot is blocked high. And Duchler throws that off the wall. Jay Seal gets that one deep. And Schmidt looking for it on the opposite dasher. She'll get there before Pond. Schmidt blocked by Gillies, leaving it for Ainley in the corners. They start up the cycle. Ainley getting around Johnson, but not Gillies. Jay Seal with it now. Gets it deep. Gloved down by Bigelow and played out by O'Leary.
Good pressure by Millbrook. Not getting too many shots, but they've got that 3-goal lead. All they really need is to keep Hoosac from scoring.
And Jay Seal dumped that right into the face of someone on the Hoosac bench. As we have 2:22 left in the third period, 3-0 still. As the draw will come in neutral ice. Murphy losing the draw to Duchler, and Hoosac gets that one into their offensive zone. Nev Windsor making her first appearance of the game.
No, actually, second.
Second appearance of the game, and Murphy will take over. And they wash out the icing. Tommy Nash there. Tommy Nash wheeling around the corner. They'll find Zangri at the point. Zangri goes low with it now. Zangri hooked up. No penalty there. I mean, not even going to expect a call from these refs.
Yeah, this has been a very lightly called game.
And a scramble in front covered by Bigelow.
I would have loved to seen a shot right off the boards from Tommy Nash on that rush. She beat the icing puck. Maybe not the best angle, but it really would have thrown Bigelow off, made her have to react very fast, because she probably wasn't expecting a shot.
1.5 left in this third period, 3-0 Millbrook, as they look to put the icing on the cake on a hopeful win on a Saturday afternoon against Hoosac. And Roglewski takes it through center. She goes one-on-one with Shereshevsky. She gets by her. She's got Johnson for help, who's tied up by Strykowski. Roglewski gliding around. Strykowski dogging Roglewski. They just turn around in that offensive zone. And a huge block by Nikki Bessinger. And Bessinger will try to go the other way. She's got Brown for help, but sticked away by Pond and covered by Bigelow.
Great block by Bessinger, allowing for that offensive rush. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get up in time to keep her momentum and get that 2-on-1. But also a great job by Hoosac to break it up, get the puck to the corner, and just ultimately stop another great scoring opportunity for Millbrook.
And Hoosac will take over after that defensive zone draw. Pond picks it up behind her own net. Leary throwing that one deep, trying to find Bessinger in front. Bessinger's dog-tired after a long shift. She's got to get to the bench at some point. 46 seconds left in this last frame of action. As Leary tumbles to the ice, 3-0 Millbrook is your score. It's Johnson on the rush, but Millbrook's got plenty of defensemen back. Johnson, shot, save made by Ainley as she'll cover. then Abby Ainley in the defensive zone draw will take a draw against Johnson. And Millbrook will take over after the draw. And Bevere down the wing. She'll find McCarthy that bounces off her skate. Strykowski keeps the play alive. Strykowski down low, trying to get something on net. And Bigelow will cover with 12 seconds left in this final period. 3-0 Millbrook. And we'll look to our 3 stars of today's game. JD, what do you got for us?
First star I'd have to give to Shay J. Seal. She's played a great offensive, defensive game. Had a goal. She's been doing great both in the offensive and defensive zones, as I just said. Just overall playing one of her better games this season. Second star I'd have to give to Nikki Bessinger. She's just a very hard worker, a couple of huge blocks. She also had a goal. She also just played a very fantastic game. And then lastly, I'd have to give to Bigelow. She unfortunately let up 3 goals, but other than those 3 goals, she made 39 stops, as we saw a shot at the end of the period. So she's just been doing very well. She played very well. She kept the Hoosac team to that 3-0 loss instead of a
possibly like a 10-0 loss.
Yeah, a 10-0 loss. And I also just want to give a big shout out to Morgan Ainley, who had a shutout. Only 10 saves, not that big of a deal, but still props to her for getting a shutout on her first game this season.
Yeah, good for her. That's a great way to start the season. First start, first shutout. Good for her. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.